Hello, this is Yasu from Rakuten Rapid API. We are so excited to be part of this hackathon as a technical partner. So let me introduce our product and then how you can leverage our product during your hackathon. So let me share my screen. All right. So we are Rakuten Rapid API, the world's largest API marketplace. With our partner Rapid API, we give access for 10,000 APIs to developers and their software engineers like you guys. Our mission is help developers and then software engineers to build applications faster with secure way. So let me introduce a little bit about myself. I'm Yasu. I'm a marketing lead of this organization. And then we help build and then scale new tech ventures in Japan as well as overseas. Before I joined Rakuten Rapid API, I am a two tech meetup groups organizer. One is data science meetup and the other is like Django programming meetup. So what is APIs and microservices? API stands for Application Development Interface, which is a set of tools for building software applications. And then you can also say it's a method of sharing data and the functionality with other parties. So why you should use APIs? Here's three things that we can elaborate. One is fast development. So instead of using writing code from scratch, you can just combine multiple API to your software, and then that allow you to launch your product much faster than building your software from scratch by writing every piece of code. Second is better service. Every API has strengths, it's their own functionality. So instead of you are building payment function, you can just use Stripe or other payment APIs to your software, which allow you to get more quality functionality because they have developed that function for over many years. The last benefit you can get from using API is cost effectiveness. Every API is basically only you have to pay per use. So which means you don't need to pay a lot of like top amount of top R&D cost from the scratch. So because of these three benefits, we believe we provide new possibility to developers. So let's imagine this like imaginary case, which we are trying to build flight booking app. So once you have idea what kind of app you want to build, the next step would be what kind of feature you want to include in that app. So for flight booking app, you have to include flight search so that way your users can find flight ticket for their destination. And then it's nice to have for weather forecast so that way your user can understand like what kind of like weather it would be in their destination. Secondly, you want to have a payment functionality so that way once user find a ideal ticket, they can purchase online. And it's also good to have like currency converter so they can see the price in their currency they're familiar with. Let's say in Japan we use yen, and then in other countries like state they use dollars. So it's great to have the currency converter. Lastly, you want to have app notification and the email notifications so that way you can send notification to the users, let's say a week before their flight. So that way the user can understand that they have their flight on that day, and also they can get a reminder to bring all the necessary like goods like passport. So once you combine several APIs, you can develop your product much faster and then much easier way. And then we are so bullish on our business because we can see two mega trends. one is API unicorns, the another is rise of the developer as a user segment. On the left side, you can see Twilio, Stripe, Sandwich, Asian. None of these companies have existed 15 years ago, but now their market cap is like $8 billion, $20 billion. So that shows how this company grows so fast over last 15 years. And then on the right side, you can see GitHub and then GitLab. So most of the companies have a source repository software for developers. So basically, developer can use them to manage their source repositories and then code base. GitHub was acquired by Microsoft with $7.5 billion, which means Microsoft paid them $300 every users or developers they acquire. The similar thing has happened to GitLab. So basically, their users are valued $1,000 per each user. Because this trend, we are so optimistic for our business. However, at the same time, there's a challenge when it comes to use development of APIs. So first is discovery and then comparison. Second is usage. Third is administration. So first challenge you'll face is how you can find right APIs for your software. And then once you've shortlisted several dozens of APIs, then how you can compare each of them. There's no definite metrics to compare one by one. The second is usage. So some APIs have pretty well-written documents which allow users to easy to understand how to use it, but most of them have only like poorly written documents. So which means you need to understand by trying it, use it, and then which can take more time than you might expect. And then also it's hard to understand which endpoint you should use and then how you can use it without this properly maintained documentation. The last one is administration. Statistically, you have like 5 to 10 APIs you might use to your simple mobile app. And then in those cases, it's come to real challenge when you want to like manage all the API usage and then all the seeing all the billings, how much you pay for each month. Because of these three challenges we are facing, we have created our software, which is called Rakuten Rapid API. So Rakuten Rapid API is a single interface for API discovery and then consumption from more than 10,000 APIs, and then which is used by 1 million developers all over the world, and then it's still growing. Another feature I want to illustrate a little bit more, which I believe it helps you, is Rakuten Rapid API for Teams. So this allows users or any groups of developers to gather one place and then to publish, share, collaborate on internal APIs and the microservices. So during your hackathon, you might have 4 people or 5 people in your group. In that case, it's extremely useful when it comes to you can share your private API among your team or see what other APIs your teammates are using and how much they are spending. So that way you can collaborate and develop your application faster in collaboration with your teammates. Through this product, we believe we provide 4 values to our users. One is discoverability, second is consumption, third is payment, and the fourth is monitoring. So we offer best-in-class API sections in our platform, and then also some APIs can only available in our software, so which means you might not can find these APIs elsewhere. The second is consumption. So you can test and then configure APIs in one window. And then also you can connect multiple API with single API key, which means keys. The third point is we offer transparent upfront cost structure, so that way you can be more comfortable to use APIs, and then which is based on our price model. The last one is monitor API usage. So you can monitor what API you have used and then how much you use it within single monitoring board. So I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough of how you can see use our product in a few minutes. So this is a quick view of what kind of interface we provide. We provide discovery plane, and then also the testing integration, and then manage screen. So which I'm going to touch upon in a few minutes. And then these are top of APIs that are most popular among our platform. So you can come to our software and then see which one you want to try to use. And then for API demo, I'm going to use Microsoft Computer Vision and then Nextdoor SMS, and then see how we can help you to develop your software. So first we use Microsoft Computer Vision and then try to run what image meant to be as to a computer. The second one is sending SMS from our software to cell phone. So first thing you want to do is you want to type english.api.rakuten.net, or you can search Rakuten API, Rakuten Rapid API. So which leads you to this page. Just for the clarification, if you only type Rapid API, then on the search result, it goes to our partner website. But this time we ask you to go to our website because it gives you more advantage to use our product within this APEC region. So once you come to english.api.rakuten.net, and then you might want to go here and then sign up. So let me log out my account. So basically, once you sign up and then create an account, you can log in from the next time. And then I'm gonna add my email address. And then it takes a few seconds to verify your email. So once you log in, and then it shows this screen. So basically, for the first view of this website, you can see a huge search bar. So whenever you know what kind of API you want to use, you can type here, so that way the search bar shows like what kind of APIs that match to your search result. So if you add Microsoft, and then it shows all some of the APIs that has the this micro as a phrase. And then once you scroll down, there's like a few components of for our websites. So one is like API collection, which once you click it, and then it shows all the APIs belong to that category. So let's say if you want to see what kind of APIs we offer for image processing and then facial recognition, you can click here and then open it, and then you can see dozens of APIs that fall into that category. And then once you scroll down, there's APIs if you get invited by your friends or from others, and then it shows here. And then once you scroll down, there's like API collection in here as well. So the best API list, which shows what kind of APIs we provide that users most frequently use. So we have Twilio, Yahoo Finance, and then all the other APIs. Then similar thing apply to other collections. So let's say Top Weather API, they offer all the weather-related APIs. And then also we do have COVID-19 APIs, which give you all the data and then functionality related to COVID. So if you want to design COVID-related app, then this is a good API that you might want to give a try. So let's back to our initial example, which is Microsoft Computer Vision. So if you enter Micro and then hit enter, you can get the search result. So one thing you might want to notice is this website is not quite as fast as it should be. So it might take several seconds to load the data and then get you the search result. So please be a little bit patient on that. So we have Microsoft Computer Vision. So we click this. Yeah, so you can see like one of them doesn't have this like parameter. So from left side, it shows popularity, which means like how popular is this API based on their number of calls we counted on for past 30 days. So higher is better. And then average latency means how soon you can get API calls back after you click send API test. So lower is better for this number. And then last one is average success rate. So which means how much percentage this API call is successful. So this if this is close to 100%, this is much better than lower end. So once you know like you want to use this one, and then you can click. And then one more like level that I want to illustrate is if you can see verified, which means our Rapid team take a look on how to use this API, and then they kind of like verify this API is a official one. So you want to go verify one as much as you can. So once you click, and then it will lead you to this page. So first is like endpoint page. So basically on the left hand side, you can see all the endpoint this API offers. In the middle section, these are parameters that you have to add in order to get API result. So some of the parameters you can see is optional and some of them is required. So in order to get the result, you have to add all the required parameters here. So in here is like the body. On the right hand side, it shows result as well. So this is kind of code snippet. If you like this API, you can copy and paste to your software, as well as SDK. You want to download, install to your software, so that way your software can use Rapid API. And then this is result. So you want to see if this result is actually what you want to get. And then let's move to the next section. So about page is a page that it shows a brief intro of what is this API and then how you can actually use it. And then once you scroll down, and then you can see all the recommended APIs which people build after viewing this exact API, Microsoft Computer Vision. Discussion is a page that if you as a user want to discuss about how to use this API and then also like communicate with API developers, so that way you can get answer from them. The last one is most like important part as well. So this shows pricing. So this Microsoft Computer Vision have 4 pricing patterns. One is basic, the other is like pro, ultra, mega. So each pricing you can see like how much you can use under certain threshold or price. So for the basic, you can use 5,000 API calls per month without additional charge. But once you exceed the number, and then in each API calls, you get charged $0.005. And then this similar thing apply to other accounts. So I just hit enter and then subscribe this basic APIs. And then once you subscribe it, you can go back to endpoint and then choose what API endpoint you want to try. So basically in this time, we want to let this API describe our image. So we choose describe image from file. So once you click this, and then I can search image from the internet. So me dog. So I just want to be a little bit funny and then see how the API is going to say about this image. So I just click and then download. And then it says image. Right. So once you click here and then for option, so if you go from the top, so this one is defined by software. So if you have multiple APIs apps, you can choose which one you want to use this API for. The second is header parameters. So these are basically filled in by this software, so you don't need to worry about API key and the host because it's done for you. The optional parameters, in this case, if you read it, it asks you how many results you want to get. So in this case, let's say we want to get 3 results. And then so you can ask 3. For the request body, it asks you to what kind of like the image you want to let this API to actually understand or find out. So once you click choose file, and then we are going to choose the image that I download to my laptop. So this image says I have no idea what I'm doing. So let's open that. And then once you filled all the necessary information, and then the next thing you want to do is click test endpoint. And then so it says the result is success. And then so there's like result, so 3 captions. Tags means like what kind of like image this Microsoft Computer Vision tag to this image. And then caption is basically the kind of explanation what Microsoft Computer Vision API thinks the image is. So first is like a dog sitting on a table with 58% of confidence. So this is pretty close, but actually dog is sitting on the chair, so that's not accurate. But let's keep moving on. The next one is a dog sitting in a chair with 58%. So this is pretty accurate. And then let's see the next one. A close up of the dog. It's also correct. So this is how you can use test this API. Once you write this API, the next thing that you want to do is click code snippet. And then first thing is like you click install SDK, and then based on follow this guideline to install this SDK to your software. So basically you run this and then copy paste this code to your code base, right? And the next one is like you might want to choose what kind of language you are using. So let's say if I use Python and then Unity form. So once you specify it, and then you can copy code, and then it's copied, so you can paste it to your software. So that way you can start using this API within like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So it's that easy. Then same thing apply to Nextmo SNS. So I wouldn't go that far for this time, but once you search Nextmo SMS, it also allows you to like do what this API describes. So it takes a little bit time as usual. That we are working on it, so it should be getting faster. So in here, you want to send an SNS, right? So basically, the first thing you want to do is add your phone number or somebody else's phone number that you want to send short message. So in here, I add Japanese number here. So A1 is country code, and then I add my number, and then let's say oh, sorry. So this is your name. So in here I add my name, Yasu, and then 2 is the number you want to send an SNS to. Once you fill in necessary parameters, and then let's hide here. This is not necessary, but if you want, you can say anything in here. Welcome to Rakuten. Then once you hit test endpoint, then it says 200 success. So basically my phone got an SNS from this software. All right, this is how you can use our software. So let's back to our slides. Um, this is what one of our users says. Basically, the CEO of Junction, Iro says, Rakuten Rapid API gives developers a massive advantage in turning idea into reality. So during hackathon, you have only 48 hours from idealization to present your working software. So you have so much time, right? So that means you have to design your software and then launch it faster. So our product, we believe we can provide a massive advantage to people like you. So this time our online API track, our challenges for you is we want the participant to build a product or solution that has a chance to become a real startup. The more you can leverage APIs in your solution, the better. Idea that a software or digital in nature like SaaS or internet services are preferred. For the price, we offer JunctionX Track Winner certificate and then cash and then also blog post to our blog site so that way you can be recognized as a champion of 2020 online API track. And then second place and third place, you can also get winner certificate from Junction Seoul. For the Hackathon Peak, we offer API credit for every developer that you are using our product. And then also we have a customized API questions, which is meant to help people like you to develop a qualified software. And then third is technical mentorship. So we have our Slack thread of Rapid API. So whenever you have any questions, then you can reach out to us by writing message. And then we have a dedicated online session. So for 3 hours. So during that time, you can stop by and then ask all the questions you might have. Again, it's really great to be here. And then please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter if you like, and then register Rakuten Rapid API. So we are really excited to see your end product and good luck.